What is good, good people? You are now listening to another episode of Since We Last Spoke with Danny Foxworth. I am your humble narrator, Danny Foxworth, and this one is a sissy twofer. So she was previously on a recording of A Wicked Good Time where we just talked about things and sniffed some candles. So make sure y'all check that one out. But this one, I brought her back for Since We Last Spoke. And this one here, I figured we're going to have some fun with this one, maybe learn some new things about each other. So I've long said that talking about who's your favorite as opposed to who you think is the GOAT or who you think or what you think is the best makes for a much more interesting conversation. So the topic of this episode is going to be basically a few of our favorite things. So I have a list of 22 different things that we're going to share of just random things of our that happen to be our favorite things. So without further ado, say hey to the crowd.
Hey to the crowd.
I didn't, I just
walk right into it.
Yeah. I got to do better with the introductions on this one. So we're going to start right off the bat. What's your favorite cookie?
Can I divide it between sandwich cookie and regular cookie?
Yeah, it's your world.
Okay. So the golden vanilla Oreo is my current favorite cookie because it tastes just like the Bilo brand vanilla sandwich cookie used to taste like when I in 95.
So specific.
Yeah, it was a time. I could buy 2 pounds of those and just with some milk and just lose myself. And then my favorite single cookie, since I was a little girl, Do-si-dos, Girl Scout cookies.
Really?
They don't even call them Do-si-dos anymore. They call them something else, but they'll always be Do-si-dos to me.
I never knew those were your favorite cookies.
Yeah. It's my jam.
Wow. Yeah. I love how when you try something, you experience something, and that nostalgia instantly clicks in. And you talk about the Bilo. Man, I hadn't heard that name in forever. I don't even think there's no Bilos left.
Mom said Food Lion bought them all.
Oh, that's right. They did. So as for me and my favorite cookie, my favorite one is white chunk macadamia.
Valid.
Macadamia is my favorite.
Absolutely.
Especially like a real soft, chewy macadamia. Mm-hmm. I'll tell you what. Subway, for me, for the most part, it ain't hitting on much, but I'll tell you what, their cookies are never let me down. Ever. So, yeah, macadamia is my favorite cookie. Next thing. What's your favorite childhood candy?
Blow Pops. Cherry.
Ooh. Good call.
It's a twofer. It's a gum and the candy.
Yeah.
But conversely, they made Tootsie Pops completely disappointing and weird to me because why would you have that fruit and then that Tootsie in the middle? Disturbs me.
And I always loved the Tootsie Pops. I'll be flat out honest. I think Mama had I don't know where she got the bag of Tootsie Pops from. She was like, "You want these? You can have them here." And I ate the entire bag in 2 days. I don't know how in the world I still have teeth.
Here.
I don't even know. It was a lot. It was a lot of Tootsie Pops in that bag. But yeah, I can't believe I really crushed that whole bag in 2 days.
Believe it. I've met you.
You know what? Touche. My favorite childhood candy is also Blow Pop, but mine is watermelon flavor.
Mm-hmm.
I remember I used to sell Blow Pops on the back of the bus. And the watermelon flavor is the only one that I would never sell. These are coming with me.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's crazy. What's your favorite condiment?
That's difficult. I really enjoy my condiments. It's a neck and neck tie between honey mustard, and there is a barbecue sauce that I've only ever had in West Tennessee. It looks like Carolina Gold, but it's sweeter.
Okay.
I cannot remember the name of it for the life of me. I know the moment I tasted it, I was at work, we had wings at work, and I came home and I looked at my family and I was like, "Have y'all heard of this?" And they were like, "Honey Gold is what it's called."
Okay.
And they were like, "Yeah." And I said, "And you all maliciously kept this from me. Why would y'all do that to me? You don't love me."
Yeah. Hoarding secrets. So my favorite condiment is Gildan spicy brown mustard. That is my absolute favorite. I'm a big sandwich guy, and the first time I had it, I don't even remember where I was when I had it. You know what? It was a granny's house. She had it for some reason. And I think this was on the heels of those Grey Poupon commercials that were just real hot in the streets when I was a kid. And I literally asked her, like, and I wasn't even trying to say it as a joke. Was just genuinely curious if she had it. I was like, Granny, do you have any Grey Poupon? She was like, sure, I ain't got none of that, but you can have this, yeah. And she handed me a bottle of Gildan spicy mustard. And I'm like, okay. I mean, it looks similar to it, but I put it on the sandwich. It was just a plain bologna sandwich, no cheese, no nothing. That's all I needed. I was like,
my whole life has changed since you came in. Yeah.
man, just like the graininess of it was just such a mind trip. And it was like, this is the best condiment I've ever had in my entire life. Next one. What's your favorite flower?
Peonies.
Really?
Yep.
How so?
They're just gorgeous. And they're usually, I found out later that they're in season right around my birthday, but they're just so pretty to me. They look like a tutu, like on a stem.
Oh man, for me, I would have to say my favorite flower are zinnias.
I love those.
Zinnias, yeah, and which is crazy because I don't have any zinnias in the yard anywhere.
Did you plant any?
I didn't. Actually, oh, you know what? I take that all the way back. There's a handful of them in my flower bed.
That's what I thought.
There's a handful of them in my flower bed. I completely forgot about that. Thank you for bringing that back to my memory.
Welcome. Mommy used to plant them when we were little.
Really?
Right along the back of that fence.
Okay. So speaking of outdoors, what's your favorite outdoor smell?
The beach. I love the ocean. The ocean is my
call.
favorite outdoor smell.
Good call. Nothing like that salt water.
Yeah.
The salt water and then the waves, and then the sound of the waves crashing. That's pure zen. My favorite outdoor smell is fresh rain on hot asphalt. I love that. It immediately just makes me think of the country. That's when you say, what does Long Ridge smell like to you? That's the first thing that pops into my mind.
That's real.
It's either that or freshly cut grass. Those are the two things that remind me the most of Long Ridge, but definitely fresh rain on hot asphalt. Who's your favorite rapper?
Man, that's typical. Why would you ask me something like my brain is glitching?
I tell you what, while you think, I'll tell you who my favorite rapper is. My favorite rapper is Cool G Rap. Because I just never heard anybody. He was so ahead of he is so ahead of his time because back then, like in the late 80s, there weren't very many people that were rapping like with that multisyllabic pattern like Cool G Rap was. Basically, if he didn't exist, there would be no Big Pun. I mean, he fathered a lot of people's styles. I would have to say my favorite song from him is it's a toss up between Men at Work and Cool is Back. That man, boy, come on, get with this because you can't diss this. I'm burning that ass like syphilis. So fast, brother, you just a level with a slow hand. I freeze him, season the Frosty the Snowman. I was like, this man was rapping like this in like 89, 90. I was like, boy, this man is a problem. So yeah, have you come up with a name?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I'm going with a class MC Light.
There you go. There you go. What was it about her?
She was a girl and she was hard, but she didn't have to like flex. You could tell by the sound of her voice that she might possibly headbutt you, but she was dressed very nicely, so she wasn't going to bother to do that. She did not dance. She had leg one and leg two.
Yep.
They did all that,
And DJ K Rock.
Yes.
And nobody had that asymmetrical hairstyle like her, too. That you talk about just a trendsetter. Man, that's a great call.
That Stop, Look, and Listen just.
Yep. I'm rhyming and designing, also creating.
The dope therefrom that is always being taken by a sucker MC that wants to be like me. No trait of originality. But I am not one to down another.
Let's go. Man, I love nerding out. Who's your favorite singer?
Of all time?
Of all time.
I'm going to say Whitney. Of all time.
Good call.
Yeah.
Good call. I mean, her voice is iconic, and she's one of one.
One of one.
Really is one of one. Just her vibrato was just so. There's no word to really describe her vibrato. It's like she basically just like taking the dog for a walk every time she just belts out and does her runs and stuff. I'm like, man, she's truly one of a kind. My all-time favorite singer is Johnny Taylor.
Okay.
Love Johnny Taylor. It was just something just real. It's real smooth, real silky about his voice. It's like I think like cigars and bourbon whenever I hear his voice.
I mean, you should.
Yeah. Um, Favorite high school teacher.
Miss Cox.
Wow.
Miss Cox was my favorite high school teacher. She was so cool.
So what was it about her that you loved?
First of all, she was so relaxed. You know what I mean? Like she'd been at it a long time. She taught me English and she taught dad Spanish.
Oh, she did.
Yeah. So she'd been at it for some time.
Yeah.
But I'll never, one of the things she said that stayed with me. Okay. For some reason in high school, 5-paragraph essays I thought were stupid because if I already gave you an introduction, why do I need to say it again at the end? So I would just stop at paragraph 4. I was like,
right.
And I remember when I was like, and just take whatever points off. I'm not doing it. And one day she said to me, as she handed me back one of my essays, and she said, "Do you have a gift of saying so much with so few words?"
Wow.
That just stuck with me.
Wow. I did not know that. Man, that's great. That's great. My favorite high school teacher, I would have to say, was Miss Riddell.
Mm-hmm.
She taught me American government and economics. Did you have her?
I don't know.
Oh, anyway, she taught me in it was either 11th or 12th grade. That class was just a lot of fun and just getting a firsthand crash course of economics. That year I was in a class, they had the South Carolina stock market game. And basically what they did was like every school in South Carolina, like public, private, middle, high school, I don't think elementary schools did it, but basically it would break you up in groups of 4 and you were allotted $100,000 of imaginary money and you could put it into, I believe, 2 stocks. Mm-hmm. And I was the leader of our group. I can't even remember who was all in our group, but I put all 100,000 into Fruit of the Loom.
Because everybody needs draws.
Yeah. And actually that was my pitch too, whenever because each group leader would go in front of the class and say what stocks they were investing in and the reason why. And that was my reason why I chose Fruit of the Loom, which I don't even think is a stock anymore. But I put all my 100K into that. And at the end of every week, they would have the results, basically like the rankings for high schools and middle schools. And then they would have the cumulative rankings. And she would post them up on the blackboard every week. So after the first week, we got the results back. My group was quite literally the #1 group in the entire state.
Wow.
But to really teach me the volatility of the stock market, by the 4th week, we weren't even in the top 100.
Wow.
I was like, whoa. I was like, you know what? They were like, should we just go to a different stock? And just like trade our stocks? I was like, you know what? Let's stay the course and just ride it out and see what happens. And eventually, by the last week, we were 3rd in the state among high schools. I think we were 5th overall. And by cracking the top 3, our group got to go up to Columbia to have a luncheon at USC. It was at the Darla School of Business. Oh. And they had a banquet for all of the winners. I was like, man, this is all right here. No free food off imaginary money, man. Sign me up. So yeah, that's shout out to Miss Riddell. She was my favorite high school teacher. Favorite college professor?
Dr. Liebert. Actually, he was not Dr. Ronald Liebert. That man.
What did he teach?
Oh, he taught religion. And he taught an intro religion class.
No, was this at Vanderbilt?
This was at FAMU.
Okay.
This is at FAMU. And I was just a psych major. I just took this as an elective. And he taught intro religion with such passion that I just took whatever he taught.
Wow.
I didn't care what it was. And so like by the time he would start teaching all buttoned up and stuff, by the time he got done, his shirt tail was out of his pants. He was enthusiastic. That man said, if you go to sleep in my class, it's my fault. And I was like, oh, I like you. Okay.
Man.
Yeah.
That's a cool way of looking at things. Wow. See, we need more professors like that. My favorite college professor was Dr. Tim Brown. He taught history of Western art at Trident Tech. And he was the person that really just, shaped my mind into getting passionate about the arts. And he was actually the first person to introduce me to the works of Jonathan Green. Yeah, he was a huge Jonathan Green fan. And shout out to KJ Kearney. He had a Red Rice Day in Charleston, and I actually got to meet Jonathan Green.
Shut your mouth.
I was like, man, this is awesome. I got to meet that same day. I got to meet Jonathan Green. I got to meet Son Michaud, and I got to meet Queen Quet, all in the same building.
Yes, the Gullah trifecta.
Man, I was like, you know what? I'm good for the rest of the year. So KJ Kearney, thank you. Seriously. Favorite sneaker?
Ooh, Shelto Adidas Superstars.
Classic. Man, you know what? My favorite sneaker is also an Adidas, the Stan Smith. Because Gilbert always kept a fresh pair of Stan Smith, like all the time. Closet was nothing but that was literally the only sneaker he wore was Stan Smith's. So that's the reason. That's the reason why Stan Smith is my favorite sneaker. You know, actually, they're 1A, and the Nike 96 Up Tempos are 1B. Okay. And I wore those, and I actually had those the first day of school in 11th grade. So yeah, that's my favorite sneaker. Favorite automobile?
Okay, I have two.
Okay.
The Ford Falcon. That was my dad's first car, but yeah. I love them. I love them. I love the sound the engine makes. I love the way they're made. I love the round tail. I love them. And then the Nissan Cube. If they still made them in the United States, I loved my Cube. Man, I loved my Cube. The transmission went out on it. But I actually looked into, because they were still making them in Japan.
Okay.
I actually looked into seeing if I could get one shipped over here. Like, I was that pressed, but I was like, I'm not going to understand none of the navigation on that. That's okay.
Yeah. And you know, it's funny. E40 talked about having a Falcon back in the day. Please. Yeah. So my favorite automobile is the 96 Impala SS. I just love how it's just got a real sleek design to it. Very aerodynamic, built real low to the ground. And I mean, just a timeless design. And much like you, and actually I made an IG post about this a couple of days ago about my Trailblazer. That was probably my favorite vehicle I ever owned. And the same thing happened to me. My transmission literally went out. And luckily I knew something bad was happening because I felt a real awkward shift when I was driving. I was like, you know what? I think it's about time for me to start looking into getting another vehicle, because around that time, when it kicked the bucket, I had 344,000 miles on it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, luckily I had already ordered the vehicle. So I was driving home on 26 on a Sunday night, and the transmission just went out. And luckily, my new car came in like that Thursday. So I wasn't stranded for long at all.
Crazy.
Yeah, just divine timing.
Man.
What's your favorite book?
Joy Luck Club.
Really? Amy Tan?
The Joy Luck Club is just so good. It's not, man, I read a lot. Like, I read an insane amount.
Yeah.
So she's like, I always go with Amy Tan, because I find that's one of the few books that the book and the movie, they're pretty comparable in the level of goodness. So just quality wise, yeah. Man,
and I remember the Joy Luck Club being a big deal back in, I think the movie came out in the 90s? And I remember watching it. Well, I fell asleep. Mom put it on, and when I woke up, like, she was sobbing.
Yeah.
Because when I woke up, the credits were rolling, and Mom was just sitting in her just like sobbing.
The end of the Joy Luck Club wrecks me every single time. And I don't usually watch things that make me cry on purpose, because I got, enough stuff to be upset about in the world.
Yeah.
But the Joy Luck, I'll watch it again and again. It is very much a movie about mother-daughter dynamics. It's about being the daughter, being the mother, like the young mother, the older mother, like the things you want for your children and the things you as a child think your mom is thinking about. It's
sounds like a lot.
Oh my goodness. Like, I'm talking about, it takes you down through there. And at the end, you know how it's going to end every single time. And when they had, Whew, I can't even spoil that end of that thing. Whew, every single time it gets me. Yeah.
Man. My favorite book, and I wish I could remember the author's name, but the name of the book is called Sound and Fury, and it's basically about the relationship between Muhammad Ali and Howard Cosell, who was he was a longtime sports announcer on ABC's Wild World of Sports, and like when Ali was in his prime and he had the Thriller in Manila and stuff like that,
Mm-hmm.
it's basically like Cosell would just follow him everywhere he went, and basically they would just and they would. It's kind of like how Ahmad Rashad was with Michael Jordan.
Mm.
So yeah, it was just an extremely fascinating read. I need to go back and see if I can and find that book online to order it again. What's your favorite YouTube channel?
Yours?
Well, I'll be damned. Wow, you really threw me for a loop. Thank you. Shit. I was not expecting that. But thank you nonetheless.
I only follow like 3 and like
Okay.
but you are and what I say when I'm saying that is like I might scroll through a lot of YouTube content, but
Yeah.
you one of my 3.
Wow, thank you. My favorite YouTube channel is something that I discovered probably 2 weeks ago. It's a guy by the name of Mileage Mike, and basically, it's just like it fulfills my my sense of wanderlust. So basically, what he does is he talks about like highway systems and interstates, specifically in the U.S. and sometimes in Canada. And what he does is he'll give a history of the interstates or these major highways, and then he'll actually like he'll have a dash cam and he'll actually just like drive. Like he had an episode with he did I-95, just talking about the history of it and how it came to be. And basically, and like he literally started in Miami and drove from Miami to the main Canada border.
Wow.
And yeah, he feels exactly the same. He feels the exact same way I feel about the South Carolina portion of 95, just how the roads are just absolutely terrible. And so, yeah, that's my favorite. That's my favorite YouTube channel. Favorite photographer.
I'm drawing a blank. Like I
Okay, I'll go then. Jamel Shabazz. Jamel Shabazz is my absolute favorite photographer. He's based out of New York, and just the way he captures New York City life, especially in the 70s, like in the during the advent of hip hop and the advent of disco. And he was just like he would just walk the streets of New York, just taking portraits of people. And matter of fact, I need to get some of his books. I just love his art so much because it's just like a time capsule with his pictures. And I'll tell you another. He's my 1A, and my 1B is actually somebody that you introduced me to.
Ansel Adams.
Ansel Adams.
I was gonna say Ansel Adams is actually my favorite.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I had the pleasure of he had an exhibit at the Cincinnati Art Museum.
Mm-hmm.
And just seeing his works in real life, that was just mind blowing to me. He's my favorite black and white photographer.
Yeah.
Favorite season.
Fall.
What is it about fall?
Fall is like okay. So first of all, it's not too hot to breathe outside.
True.
It's there is pollen, but it's not the same type. It's not like that springtime thing.
Yeah.
The crunchiness of the leaves. I will go out of my way to step on a crunchy leaf like that. It tickles the 6-year-old inside me.
There you go.
Apple cider.
Mm.
Oh man. The cinnamon spiciness of the things. People, okay, and it is a pet peeve of mine for people to call pumpkin spice pumpkin. It actually has nothing to do with pumpkin unless you put it in a pumpkin pie. It is a combination of cinnamon, cloves, and nutmeg, and maybe cardamom. But like that combination of oh my gosh, it's just glorious to me. It's my favorite. Those are my favorite fragrances. Like you can open the windows and like the breeze feels amazing, but you're not gonna freeze to death either.
Mm-hmm.
Like you could have your legs out and your boots on.
You know what? You swayed my vote. You really swayed my pick because spring has always been my favorite season because everything's starting to grow back.
Yeah.
You like it was the branches were just so barren. The trees were so barren for the whole season of winter. And then all of a sudden you see these little green buds pop back up. But with those green buds comes the aforementioned pollen. And I was like, man, if we had a pollenless spring, this would be perfect. But just the way that you campaigned so hard for fall, I was like, you know what? I didn't think I was going to sway my. I didn't think my vote was going to be swayed, but you swayed me. And then on top of that, another thing about fall, it's football season.
I was about to say football, and it would be marching season for me. So I love performing.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Homecoming, who doesn't love homecoming?
yeah.
Homecoming's great. It's in the fall.
What's your favorite holiday?
Christmas.
Thanksgiving for me.
Okay. Why Thanksgiving?
Food.
See, okay. Go ahead. Anything else?
No, you go ahead.
Because I was gonna say Christmas food and Thanksgiving food virtually the same.
But
Okay.
I get another day off of Black Friday.
Okay. I mean, fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah.
And I also like the Charlie Brown Thanksgiving more than I like the Charlie Brown Christmas.
It's better. It's way funnier.
Speaking of which, Peppermint Patty
That heifer.
was such,
She's a low down dirty bum.
she was such a bitch to Charlie Brown. Charlie Brown, listen, he's a kid. He didn't have much to provide in terms of Thanksgiving food. So, he just dished out the popcorn, the pretzels, the candy,
The toast.
and everybody seemed to be enjoying themselves except for her.
And she invited herself. He wasn't having no. She was like, Chuck's having a party. I'm gonna wear my Birkenstocks. Everybody, let's go.
Yeah.
And then she was like, Chuck, what is this? Charlie Brown's mama didn't have no bread left. I know she didn't. It was no more bread in that lady's kitchen, and the popcorn was done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And everybody was just enjoying themselves. And here she goes. A piece of toast? Popcorn? She called him a blockhead. I'm like, she's so ungrateful.
Deeply.
She's like, where's the cranberry sauce? Where's the pumpkin pie? You can take your ass back home.
To your mama house.
And the funniest thing about that special to me was her apology. She was like, I can be a little brusque and rough. Boy, I tell you, this is a bad time to have self-awareness. Like, why wait until after the fact? You couldn't have checked your emotions at the dinner table? Nah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Peppermint Patty, she can kick rocks.
So let me also tell you this.
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen the album for the like soundtrack?
For the Thanksgiving one?
Yeah.
I didn't know they had one.
It's shaped like a pumpkin.
Really? All right, I got to go on eBay to see it. Wow. I'm all about learning new stuff. Favorite movie?
The Joy Luck Club.
Okay. My favorite movie is Bloodsport.
I mean, okay.
I'll probably watch it literally every other day on Tubi. Thank God for Tubi. Thank God for Tubi.
Yeah.
They got American Ninja. I watched I'm Gonna Get You Sucker last night on Tubi.
We wanted to show that to Kyla, so we were describing it to her, and we want to introduce her to I'm Gonna Get You Sucker.
I love it.
It's a seminal film.
Yes. Favorite TV show?
Like, you are stumping me because I like so like I like science fiction, so we watch a whole lot of Star Trek, everything.
Okay.
But okay, so my last, well, you know what? Okay, no. My current favorite is The Gilded Age.
I'm not familiar with that.
It is okay. Do you familiar with Downton Abbey?
I've heard of it, but I've never seen it.
So the creators of Downton Abbey made The Gilded Age, and it is a very well written period piece about kind of like the Reconstruction era in like New York.
Okay.
So it's like they're very serious about the clothing, about the, so you get to see what's happening with people of all socioeconomic backgrounds, and also what's happening for African Americans at that time. And like women trying to get the vote was like one of the big parts of the episode recently. So like it's really, really cool. And also I love pretty much anything Taylor Sheridan does.
I'm not familiar with Taylor Sheridan.
Man, so like the whole 1923 1883 and Yellowstone. It's amazing. Mobland, amazing. King of Tulsa, the Mayor of Kingstown. The Mayor of Kingstown. It is not an uplifting show. I tell people, I'm like, even when it's sunny outside, it still looks gray.
Yeah.
Like you could, there's not really a lot of uplifting parts of that, but it is darned interesting and gritty, and it keeps you like glued to your seat.
Okay.
So, yeah.
So yes, two-way tie for me between Mama's Family and Curb Your Enthusiasm.
I've never seen Curb Your Enthusiasm.
I love that show so much, and which is crazy because I could never get into Seinfeld. And the main character, Larry David, he was the head writer for Seinfeld, but I just never could get into Seinfeld. But Curb Your Enthusiasm, yeah, I'm all about that. Okay. There's so many characteristics and traits that I share with Larry David.
What would be your main characteristic you share with him off the top two?
Man, it's like it's like when a situation when you have to force yourself to be social, and it just grinds his gears, and he's just trying to like talk to the people, trying to reason with them, like, why is this important? No, why is this so important? I'll give you an example. There was a viral video that I saw on IG where this black lady goes up to random black men in the grocery store, videoing them. She goes, "Excuse me," and they turn on. She's like, I don't mean to stop you, but you are way too handsome not to be smiling. Mm-hmm. And I'm just like, there's got to be a better way to get me to smile. Like, you could have just said, if you would have just said, "You're handsome," that right there would have been enough for me to smile. But I should never be forced.
Yes, I agree. And what she's doing is what guys do to us all the time, but it's usually not received. It's the way you're receiving it is the way I receive it when some dude in the street is like, "Man, you're too pretty not to be smiling."
Let me smile when I'm ready.
If you don't go, am I a clown? If you don't go somewhere and mind your business, yeah.
Like, why I gotta and 99% of the time when they're telling you to smile or they're suggesting you smile, they're not smiling. So what are we doing? You're just ruining that.
Skinning and grinning for no reason.
Just ruining everybody's day. Like, man,
trash.
Yeah, get the hell on. Favorite snack chip?
Okay. Kroger brand, plain kettle chips.
I like that.
Got me in a chokehold right now.
Plain Jane. That's what less is more sometimes. My favorite snack chip, the Ruffles cheddar and sour cream chips.
A classic.
They're A1 for me. Favorite way to unwind?
Immediately take a shower as soon as I get done with whatever I'm doing. Have my smell goods and really kind of just plop down on the couch, honestly.
There you go.
Yeah.
My favorite way to unwind, the incense that y'all gave me. I like that. And then I'll crack open my adult coloring book.
Nice.
And then after I'm done with that, I'll go play on the foam roller for about 20 minutes just to iron myself out.
Is your foam roller like really hard or is it kind of squishy?
Mine's really hard.
Okay, because mine's really hard. And I was like, am I doing this wrong? Okay.
And just, man, when I roll my back across the foam roller and you hear that cracking, I was like, yes. It's such a satisfying feeling. Favorite thing about Long Ridge?
Favorite thing about Long Ridge? The well water, the people. Man, eating food that actually grows in the same place that grew me. It's home, man. I feel like in so many ways, Long Ridge is just magical.
Yeah.
Like, seriously. Growing up in a neighborhood where everybody's related to you.
Yeah.
Is not a thing that a lot of people experience anymore. And even though I live away from home now, like being an adult, I realized what a blessing it was.
Yeah.
To grow up surrounded by close kin. Yeah, that's an amazing, amazing blessing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I would say that's my favorite thing.
And I actually mentioned that when shout out to the homie Sean Taylor, Orangeburg Slim, when he came here to came to the house to take pictures and interview me for his project. And he was asking me what I liked the most about Long Ridge. And I mentioned that the fact that everybody in the neighborhood is related to each other pretty much. And so I would say that, and I'll tell you another thing too that just recently made me appreciate Long Ridge that much more. No HOA.
Man.
The horror stories I hear about HOA, I'm like, man, I got a good living in Long Ridge.
Because you can build what you want on your land how you want it. Yeah.
Yep. And then the last question. What's your favorite thing about yourself?
My jokes. Somebody once told me they could tell by the way I tell jokes that I don't care if anybody else gets it. I tell them purely for my own amusement.
I love that.
What's your favorite thing about yourself?
My empathy.
Mm-hmm.
My empathy, definitely. Yeah. Well, that's it. That's the list of our, these are a few of our favorite things.
When the dog bites, when the bees sting.
When I'm feeling sad,
I simply remember my favorite things. And then I don't feel so bad.
Yeah. So thank y'all for listening. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching Since We Last Spoke with Danny Foxworth. Make sure you tell a friend about the podcast. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. You can find it at Danny Foxworth 843. There you can find videos of every episode of this podcast, as well as my candle podcast, The Wicked Good Time, which my sister was also a guest on, my baseball podcast, At the Plate with Danny Foxworth, and Growing Up Low Country with Liz and Danny. And for Sissy and myself, this has been another episode of Since We Last Spoke with Danny Foxworth. And until next time, y'all be good. Peace.